So make the file fit your business. So in this exercise, we're going to take the generic chart of accounts created for Average Guy Designs, and we're going to take that generic chart and make it fit the needs of the company. So the first task is to add an account that Guy needs, but that was not provided in the generic chart of accounts. So we're going to create a checking. And basically what it is QuickBooks comes with a generic chart of accounts. Here it is here, and we're going to click it. And these are just generic categories. These are categories maybe that most companies would have. Okay, some fixed asset categories, other current liability categories, equity categories, cost of goods sold, expenses like automobile, maybe there's a company car, computer expenses, meals and entertainment when you're taking out business people, office supplies. So but this is just a generic chart. And for your own company even, if there's some category that is not here on the generic chart that you need, you can create it. So that's what we're going to do. So we clicked, so let me just close this so we can start over together. We were just looking, so I'm going to hit close. But to go back to it, I'm just going to go over here. So click Chart of Accounts, it opens again. Okay, and this is again, QuickBooks is opening the generic chart of accounts. And notice the account numbers that we turned on. So see, these are right here. Remember before when we set the preference that we want to see account numbers? We turned this on. If we had not checked account numbers, we would have just seen the categories but with no number. So we actually wanted to see the number, so we put that there. Okay, so we're in Chart of Accounts. We're going to click Account down below, and we are going to take here and click on the drop-down menu. We're going to choose New because we want to add a new category. Okay, we're going to choose Bank because it says, okay, so it says here, categorize money your business earns or spends as either income or expense, so that's one thing, or track the value of your assets and liabilities. So we're going to, these are the choices, fixed asset, bank, loan, credit card, or equity. So we want to do bank because we're putting a checking. Alright, so we have the main category of bank, and then create one for each cash account such as petty, checking, savings, or money market. So we're actually going to create one for checking. So after you hit bank, hit continue, and it opens this tab, add new account. So we had chosen the account type as bank, so that's already there, and we are going to type a number. We're going to just call it 10,000. Okay, so just we're creating any number for now. Then we are going to go to the account name. So under bank, we want, so let's see if we can select from examples. And if not, let's just type it in. So we know that we want a checking. Okay, so that's what we want under bank, checking. And then we are going to put a bank account number and a routing number, just like on your checks. You have a bank account number and a routing number. So the bank account number that we're going to use is 11111-44444. And the routing number that we're going to use is 599-222-043. Okay, and so that's what we're going to use for now. So now we have created a new account to put on the chart of accounts, and the name of the account that we have created is a checking account. And now we're going to do save and close. We get this pop-up. It says set up bank feed. Set up online services to save time. Your financial institution may offer account statement downloads and other bank feed services for this account. Do you want to set up online services for this account if these services are available? If yes, all open QuickBooks windows will be closed temporarily. We don't want to do this right now because this is a fake account that we are doing for the purposes of this book example. In real life, if you were creating this QuickBooks for your real company and you have a real bank account, real bank checking account for your business, you might want to hit yes, and you can have your real bank connect to your QuickBooks and, put information in there for you, like checking account statements and savings account statements. But now we're not going to do that. We're going to hit no. Okay, so there it is. We created a checking account. We gave it an account number of 10000, just like all of these have an account number. The type is bank, and so far we don't have any numbers in here, which is fine. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, so now we did create an account. That's the first thing we did. The second thing we're going to do is edit an account. So there's an account here, okay, and I'll tell you which one soon, but we're going to look at it and we're going to change something in it. Not everything, just some things, okay? So the one we're going to choose is consulting income. And I'm going to give you a shortcut. We want to go to this one and we want to go to edit account. So the short way of doing this is with your mouse, right click. When you right click, you get this menu. In this menu, you see edit account. So this is where we can go to edit the account. So let's click it now, left click with your mouse. And it opens up the consulting income information. So far in QuickBooks, this is what we have under consulting income. We have the name of the account and we have a description of the account. And we have it as an account type of income and we have a number assigned to it, C42700. This is the account number for consulting income. So what we're going to change, we want to just change this, and instead of consulting income, we're going to call it photography income. And instead of sales of consulting services, we are going to say sales of photography services. And let's see. So we made that change, photography income instead of consulting income. We made this change, sale of photography services instead of sale of consulting services. And that's the only two changes that we wanted. So we're going to hit save and close. Okay? So see how it changed? It used to say consulting income. Now it says photography income instead. Alright, so we've done two things so far. We've created a checking account from scratch, a brand new account. We have modified an account that used to be called consulting income. It's now called photography income. And the last thing we're going to do is delete an account. Okay, so in real life, if this was your real company and there's a category that you just don't use, you can delete it. You don't need to keep it. So we are going to delete the one that says Ask My Accountant. So highlight it, right click, and find delete, and then left click. Are you sure you want to delete this account? Yes. So we're going to hit OK. Okay. So now we've done three things. We've created an account, we've edited an account, and we deleted an account, which was the Ask My Accountant account. Okay, and so we're done for now with those three things. Now, the last thing we're going to do in this section is create sub-accounts. So sometimes these categories are too big. Like let's say automobile expense, for example. If you have two company cars, maybe one is a Toyota and one is a Honda, maybe under the big heading of automobile expense, you might put Honda as a sub-account. You might put Toyota as a sub-account. Or maybe another way of doing it is automobile expense, and you can put the two sub-accounts of maybe maintenance, like oil changes and things like that. And that could be maybe one. And the second one could be repairs. So it just depends on how detailed you want to be with your company, how closely you want to monitor every penny. Where are you spending your money? Okay, the one we're going to do for this example, where we create a sub-account, is the telephone expense. So here it is. We found it. Telephone expense. Okay, and we're going to right-click, and we're going to hit New. So the new means we're going to create something new in this category. Okay. When we click New, we're going to do expense. So because telephone is an expense, then we're going to hit continue. We get this box. So add new account. It's an expense account, so we already have that. We're going to give it a number. We're going to give it 68110. We are going to give it a name. So remember, the big heading is telephone expense, but which telephone? So this is the office phone. And we are going to click sub-account. Sub-account of telephone expense. So under the big heading telephone expense, one of the expenses that we are looking at is the office phone. So we're going to write a description for it here. The description is just going to be the phone number, so we know which phone we're talking about. So 650-555-8479. This is the office phone number. Okay, so we've made it a sub-account of telephone. This is not the only phone we want to put in this account. So we're going to say, instead of save and close, we're going to say save and new. Okay, so we saved that one. Look, if you see actually over here, it shows up on the chart. See where it says telephone expense? And then underneath telephone, the one that we just created, office expense, or office phone, is the first line item under telephone expense. So we gave telephone expense the number 68100, and we gave office phone the sub number of 68110. Okay, another phone that we're going to add is the fax line. So we're going to do the same thing. So it's an expense, that's correct. We're going to give it a different number. So we're going to give this one 68120. Okay, so office phone was 68110. Fax line is going to be 68120. So we're going to put fax line. We are going to put description. Description will be the phone number. Okay, so this is the fax line phone number, and 4015. And let's see, and then after that, we are going to do save and new because there's one more. So now we see two of them. Oops, we made a mistake for fax line, so let's fix it. Let's fix it. So save and close for now. The mistake we made for fax line, so let me close this, is we did not make it a sub-account. So edit, sub-account, telephone, save and close. Okay, so now we made it a subcategory. We're going to go back to telephone. We want to add one more. So telephone, new, expense, continue. We have it here as an expense. We're going to put 68130. The third phone that we have is a cell phone. So we're going to call it cell phone. We're going to check sub-account. This is going to go under telephone. So there will be three things under telephone: office phone, fax line, and cell phone. We're going to put the cell phone phone number, which is 650-555-1011. And then we are going to say save and close. So under telephone, there are three sub-accounts: office phone, fax line, cell phone. So see, this is how we take the generic chart of accounts and we can customize it. And what have we done? We added an account from scratch. It wasn't there before. We put it there. We modified an account with the photography one, if I can find it somewhere in here. It's in here. I just can't. I'm not seeing it right now. Photography, there it is. It used to be consulting. We made it photography. We deleted an account, which was the one at the bottom that was called Ask My Accountant, and then we took an existing account and we made three sub-accounts underneath it. Okay, so this is the exercise for this one. So we saved and closed everything, and now we're just going to close the chart of accounts. So we're going to click this X and close that out.